Well, hello there. Hello again to another episode of How to Lift, How to Live, How to Think, how to do all the things you need to do to live a good life, right? Just finished my workout. It's Sunday. You hear the guns, all right? You know, this ain't no joke, right? This ain't no joke. This is for real. Of course, that's me, right? Like I said, I'm just gonna start talking, and let you know what are some of the things that I've been thinking about. What's coming out of my mind? I'm gonna say. I'm putting it on camera. I'm putting it on my channel. I want everyone to see it because I want to share what's in my head with the rest of you. So hopefully somebody learns something and says, this guy's right. He might be a little crazy. He might be a little nuts. But you know what? There are some gems in there. There's something to take, something to learn, something to think about, and that's all I can hope for, right? So, someone asked me today, and I've been getting this asked recently a lot about this. So say someone's an absolute beginner, never worked out in their lives, right? Or in their life, I should say. And they want to know what to do. What's a good place to start? Well, I can't say that. That's different for everyone, unless I'm with you one-on-one, right? Then I'd know. I'd be able to test you and know what you know what you're capable of, know what you're able to do. But I don't know that. So, in a general sense, if someone is just looking to start working out, what are a couple of things they need to know? Well, think about this. I'm big on theory, right? I'm big on philosophy, as it relates to lifting weights, as it relates to working out, as it relates to getting in shape, staying in shape, and having a philosophy on life that will carry you throughout your life in a good, healthy, responsible manner, right? So theory. Think about this, right? What is the one thing that you absolutely have to do to achieve a result? What is the one thing that without it, no result can be achieved? What is the one thing you have to do that we all know that you have to do to achieve the result you want? What is that one thing? Well, I think most of you might have guessed it by now. The one thing you have to do, every one of us in this world has to do to achieve the result we want to achieve, is to take action. It's the only thing I know of that can guarantee you some type of result. Not that taking action alone is going to get you the absolute result you want, but it's a step in the right direction. So your result is here. You're facing this way. Well, at least you start going. Sooner or later, you'll realize you're going in the wrong direction. You'll start heading towards your absolute direction, right? So the first thing that I have to say is, if you want to get in shape, if you want to start living a life where you're active, you're doing things, and getting in the right direction, you're going towards your goal of good fitness, of healthiness, right? I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder. I'm talking about getting in shape, right? You've got a life, you've got to live it. There are things you've got to do. You got to work. You got to, take care of the kids. You got to take care of the house. You've got things to do. Not everyone can just become a freaking bodybuilder, right? That's not for everyone, and that's not what I'm about. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a common sense guy. I understand that there's got to be some kind of a balance, right? You can't spend all of your free time just working on your body. If that's what your goal is, then that's fine. But I think for the majority of us, we want to know what's the right balance. What's the right way to get in shape, stay in shape, be healthy, without having to freaking live a whole life around that. Do I want to do that? Do I want to be one of those guys who think about working out all the time, who watch every sliver or morsel of food that I eat? I can't eat this, can't eat that. Do I want to be that, obscene? No, not. I don't think most of us want to do that. we want to strike that right balance where, hey, I'm eating most of what I want to eat, not all, right? Because you can't have everything you want, but to a good extent. In other words, don't go overboard, but eat what you want in right proportion, right? Achieve a right balance. Exercise is part of that, right? So eating a good amount, not going overboard, and then exercising. But no one wants to go overboard on exercising either. You've got to strike the right balance, right? But like I said, the way to achieve a goal is to start, right? You have to get going. Make a plan. Do you have a plan? Make a plan of action. Okay, this is what I want to do, and it has to be done every day, 3 days a week at minimum, right? On Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Or I think a better schedule for most people, right? Because you'll have more time this way, is Sunday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, and Thursday afternoon. So you're not messing up your Friday, because no one wants to do anything on a Friday. We know this, right? So at least you get 3 days. And on Sunday, you really have nothing much to do. So Sunday's a great day to start your week right? Dedicate 1 hour, just one, to start, right? You don't have to go overboard on anything. 1 hour, you start working out 3 days a week, 1 hour. And what do? Well, listen, you're taking a step in the right direction, but what do you know? Philosophy 101, once again. What is it that you know that you have to do? Say you're taking action, right? Say you've decided to take action to get towards your goal. What is it that you know that you have to do that guarantees you that you will be heading in the right direction? That is a good guarantee that you will get as close to your goal as possible. What is it that you know that if you do, you will get as close to your goal as is possible? Well, the one thing we know is you have to stick to it, right? Consistency is the best indicator of success in anything. If you do something one day and then don't do it again, your chances of success are slim. But if you can do something over and over, and every single time you do it, and every single time, say you fail, you use it as a learning experience. You learn something from it. Then you tweak it a little bit and you make it a little better, right? You do it and you stay consistent and you follow the plan. That's the only other way to get closer to your goal, right? Closer and closer and closer to your goal. And you have to do it 3 times a week, as your plan says, right? You made a plan, you're going to follow it, you do it 3 days a week. You follow it and you do it 3 days a week. And what is it that we know? So now you've done 2 things. You've made a plan. You've taken action, number 1. You're now following that action every week, 3 times a week. 2, that's consistency, right? Taking action, being consistent. And what is the third thing? What is the third aspect now that you have to keep in mind to make sure that you hit that goal in the bullseye, right? All the other things you've done, one have got you started moving in the right direction. The second one gets you now in a plan of action to get towards that goal. But how do you make sure you hit that bullseye? What do you do to hit that bullseye? You keep tweaking it. You keep tweaking your plans. In other words, if you know your bullseye is here, but your plan is getting you this way, change it, tweak it, right? Adjust, make adjustments. Start going this way. If you see you're going too far that way, tweak it, come back this way, right? Nothing in life moves in a straight line. Nothing in life moves in a straight line. A straight line does not exist in nature, right? It's like this. It's like this. A curve does not exist in nature. A curve is just a whole bunch of small movements that get you in the right direction, and seen from far enough of a distance, all those little movements look like a curve, right? It's the same thing with life. There is no straight line to anything. You have to keep on it. You have to keep on it. You keep your focus, you keep tweaking it, and you get it there. And what do you do every day, every week as you're working out? the one thing, and now we're back to talking specifically about working out, about health, about what do you do to tweak your health, right? To get it better and better every single time, right? Progressive resistance, right? So say on the first week you start and you're just doing walking, you're walking at a speed of 3, right? On a treadmill, right? You got 1, 2, 3. You're starting, and the first week you do 3, and you do 30 minutes each time at a speed of 3, right? I don't know what the 3 signifies, but I know it as 3, right? And you're doing 30 minutes. The second week, you're like, man, I feel good. I can do this a little better. Your muscles have become a little more accustomed to doing that. The second week or the third week, you increase it from 30 minutes and 3 to say 40 minutes or 45 minutes and 4, or 3.5 and 45 minutes, right? So you increased it on the 4th or 5th week, right? Your body's now gotten accustomed to that, adjusted to that, right? You now have to up that, right? It's called progressive resistance. What it means is your body's getting stronger. And even if your body's not getting stronger, you keep increasing the resistance so that you force your body to become stronger, right? Things work both ways. Chicken or the egg, it's the oldest, conundrum in the world, right? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? What comes first? Does your body adjust to the stress that you put on it? Or are you putting stress on your body to make it adjust? It can be either or, right? There's no easy answer to anything, but it works both ways. So you stress your body, and your body will adjust to that stress, and it'll build muscle. It'll make your heart muscles grow stronger. It'll make your leg muscles grow stronger, and make your core go stronger from walking, right? From moving, from putting your body through something it's not really used to, right? So in 1 month, you've now gone from a speed of 3 and half an hour. You'll probably end up at about 45 minutes to an hour and a speed of about 4 or 5. Stress yourself, push yourself, make yourself sweat, and then you'll feel better, all right? Within 6 months, you'll be like, you know what? Walking alone isn't good enough for me. I want to start lifting some weights with it too, right? I've got shoulder muscles that sag a little bit. I want to tighten that up. I got stomach muscles that are a little flabby. I want to tighten that up, right? Use absolute resistance on those specific muscles, right? As well as just walking and working your heart. But the heart is the foundation. So if you've never done anything, walking and picking up that pace with your walking, over a period of maybe a month or 2 months or so, it's a great foundation, right? And from there you move on to lifting some weights and attacking specific muscles, specific areas in your body. I know most people, I've talked to several people today who have weak backs, right? They hurt their back doing anything, right? They have a bad back. Well, what is that? What is the one thing we know that solves a bad back? It's walking, right? It's the most foundational exercise you can do, but it helps so many things. Why does walking help a bad back? Because walking is one of those exercises that stimulate your stomach muscles and your back muscles and the side muscles at the same time, because the act of walking makes your muscles have to contract and relax constantly to keep your torso upright as your legs are moving, right? Think of this concept of someone walking. You know how many neurons are firing, how many messages are going to your brain, then back to your muscles constantly to make you stand up straight. So as you walk and you walk faster, your all those muscles that keep you upright have to work, right? And some of those are right here at the bottom by your stomach and your back, and that helps your back, that helps your stomach, right? That'll tone you out, and that's a great foundation. So that's all I'm going to leave you with today. For those, this one is for those of you who've never done any type of real exercise. Maybe you have in the past, but make a plan. Number 1, follow the plan and keep tweaking it all the time, right? Stick to it. That's number 2. And then number 3, progressive resistance. Keep increasing the resistance. Your body will adjust to the stress. It's made to do that. That's what builds a muscle. If every day you keep lifting a certain weight, your muscle knows you have to keep building to be able to handle that resistance, that pressure. That's what builds a muscle. A muscle is just your body's reaction to a stress from an outside source that you're putting it through. That's what builds a muscle. It's the same thing, right? With everything else in this world, right? Stress yourself. Don't take it easy. Don't relax and take it easy. Rest is good, but you need rest after you've worked out, right? Rest alone without working out is useless. Working out alone without rest is also useless, right? So that's my little tidbit for the day. Please, anyone who sees this, and do me a favor, I'm trying to create my own little YouTube channel here. So please follow my link. Go to YouTube and give me a thumbs up and click on that subscribe button. It'll be, a big favor for me, right? That's what I'm trying to do. It's my hobby. I want everyone to see what I think about and talk about all the time. People, can hear how I think and realize that, that guy's crazy. But there might be something to learn from him, right? As there is with everyone. So please do that for me. Thank you, guys. You'll see me soon again. Thank you. Bye.